to my YouTube channel. My name is Jennifer, and if you don't know anything about me, I have eczema, which is probably why you ended up here, or maybe not. Anyways, I wanted to come today to share some tips with you that I learned along my journey. If you don't know, also, I went through topical steroid withdrawal, which is the use of stopping all of the topical steroids that they prescribe you when you have eczema. And in that journey, it was hell, but I think it was completely worth it. I don't have a lot of information on this channel about that. It's just so much different things to put in that it's just kind of like, well, where do I start? I recently put a video up on how I healed my eczema. Healed meaning I'm still on my way. My skin ain't completely normal, but I am happy. I'm happy with who I am, and I'm happy that I have eczema. And it sounds weird, but what can I say? So the first tip that I have for you guys is the journey is not theirs. It's yours. When I went through topical steroid, in the beginning, it was like people. It's so hard to explain everything that the simplest way I can say for you is that, like, look, the journey is you. It's what you have to go through. And I mean, some people don't necessarily go through topical steroid withdrawal, but I mean, that's the only way I know that I feel like that's the only way like someone with eczema can really like get into what they need to do to kind of get their skin going. In the beginning, like, my eczema was never everywhere. Topical steroid withdrawal had it spread everywhere. It was everywhere, like place I didn't have it. Because, you know, common places for eczema is what? Your arms, your behind your legs, your neck area, the folds. Yes, so I don't only speak about topical steroid withdrawal. That journey is one journey within itself, but the journey with eczema and the ups and downs of dealing with your skin. And I get that people find themselves with being curious and concerned and all of that, but it's just kind of like sometimes you have to really accept that, okay, I'm the only one that sleeps with this thing, that wakes up, that cleans, that showers, that moisturizes this thing. So when people come, and this is all of like sort of like that negative vibes, like, you know how it is when people ask you about your skin. Most of the time it's not on some positive radiant, I'm about to help you. And by help, I don't mean have you tried moisturizing. That's not what I mean by that. So if I sound like bitter, but it's more so of like, okay, I have to accept that I have eczema and that I'm gonna eventually learn what works for my skin and what doesn't. That's why I say the journey is not theirs and it's yours. You have to learn to not fall into that peer pressure of just all the things that come with it. You're dealing with your skin, and then on top of that, you have people coming at you sideways about your skin. So it's kind of like, let me just stay here because obviously you and my body should have a conversation about what I should do. Okay? Second tip. You are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. It's like, don't let your skin stop you from feeling beautiful. Like, I know how it is confidence wise. Like, I may seem confident today, bro, like 2 years ago, right now, at this time specifically, I would just now be waking up from my insomniac night, waiting, just doing nothing with my day, going online researching and doing nada, and feeling ugly and wondering, when is it ever gonna end? It's like your imperfections add to your character, and with that, it builds you. It builds you, it builds your confidence, it makes you even more beautiful. All the flaws and everything that people don't see the beauty behind is beautiful. So in the midst, it's just kind of like, you're beautiful regardless. If you have a rash on your skin, like, who are you as a person? Like, don't let your eczema sit there and define you. My eczema made me who I am today, so it can define me, but don't let it define you to the point where it's just kind of like you're just negative. And you know, it's really hard because I'm talking about a 4-year journey. Like, it didn't take, like, it wasn't a 2-day process where I'm like waking up, okay, I feel great about myself. No, it took 4 years. 4 years to get where I'm at today, to actually sit here and talk to you guys and feel confident and wear short sleeves. Hello, can I get a party right now? Also wearing a necklace when, you know, my skin is like clear but not completely clear, and feeling like comfortable, like, wow. You know, it's like, I every time I think about this thing, it's just like, whoa, like I went through this, and like, if I didn't go through this, like, I don't know who I would be today. But I'm getting out of hand. Let me just try to keep the video short. Third tip. Your skin is not your fault. Don't let anybody tell you that. Let me tell you, from the beginning, we were put on earth, and from then on, everything else came with it. So you can't blame yourself for your skin. Now, there's obviously a link to your diet where it's like something that's triggering it, like an automatic response. That's an allergic reaction. But don't think that because your skin is itching and your skin has these raised bumps and these lesions, it's like it's your fault. How is that my fault? If I'm sitting here one day and my skin just starts to itch, it's like I caused that. So it's just kind of like when, and then this is more so like towards of getting those comments about eczema, people questioning you, like, oh, is it what's wrong with your skin? Like, okay, well, that's a great approach. What's wrong with your skin? Have you been to the doctor? As if you're sitting here all day just hoping that one day it's just gonna heal itself. You don't think I'm doing everything in my possibility to do that? And I don't want to turn this into so much of a video about them, but more for us. Like, your skin is not your fault. The things that you think of when people question you is just kind of like, whoa, like, is my skin my fault? Like, I used to feel like, okay, if I really want to heal myself, I might as well just stop eating everything completely, because it seemed like if there's something linked to every single thing, and I realized like I couldn't control that. Like, I just had to accept that my skin wasn't my fault. My skin it's reacting to something. I don't know what, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, number 4. You're gonna hate me for this one. Patience is a virtue. It's so crazy because now, like, I'm the most like impatient person like ever, and I mean like more so not like on like a skin, like a body kind of thing, but more so like if I'm driving or if I'm waiting for someone to talk, and it's like, can you get on with it? And I know that you guys don't want to hear like, oh yeah, your eczema, you'll grow out of it. Nobody wants to hear that. I want to grow out of it now. But the thing is that patience is a virtue, and you take it day by day, and day by day it gets better. I promise. Like, it's so hard to explain something to somebody because it's like you kind of have to go through it. Like, I could say these words so much times to you when I'm talking about go through it as in like TSW. Patience is a virtue. I know you don't want to hear it. I ain't want to hear it either, because I would be reading comments and they're like, do this, do that, and you know, one day I'm like, okay, well, that one day needs to be today, because I don't got time for that. But I did have time for it because I didn't have a life, and I still don't have a life. But number 5, your body talks. You need to learn to listen to it, and your body is already talking to you because you have eczema. Like, it's crazy. Your body is already talking to you because you have eczema. But when you're with the things, it's like, and I'm not only talking about like allergic reactions. I'm talking about like, if okay, for example, there was days I would like skip moisturizing because my skin was just like, this is not necessarily, this is not doing anything, but my skin just wanted to like breathe. Like, you know how like people, you see people and they're like, I wonder, like, you can skip a day of moisturizing. I can't, because I'm gonna deal with the, you know, the consequences in 2 days, or, you know, literally the next hour. But sometimes it's like on and off, and it's just kind of like, sometimes your skin just needs a breather. Like, hey, I know, like, you know, this is eczema talking about. It's like, I know that, like, I'm raised and I got all these lines on you. I got all these dry patches, these itchy, flaky patches, but I just want to breathe like normal skin does. You know what I mean? Don't compare yourself to other people. I personally feel like you shouldn't do this anyway, don't ever compare yourself to no one, because that's just weird. I think it's the weirdest thing you can do is possibly compare yourself to anybody. Twins aren't even the same. All those negative things, being jealous of normal skin, it's like when I used to think that I wanted normal skin because I feel like my skin is normal. I don't have flare-ups, my skin doesn't itch me. It may not look like normal skin, but it's just kind of like this point in my life where I'm like happy and I'm really satisfied with how my skin looks. And it's like, even though somebody be like, oh my god, like what's wrong with your skin? I have eczema. I don't know what else I can tell you. Oh, have you tried? Yeah, I actually use this as my lotion. Thank you very much. Eczema, for some reason, I feel like you just kind of like let all that bullying just get to you. And it's like, for some reason, I would be scared to do that because it's like, I don't want the first thing that you come to attack is the one thing that I don't have control over is my skin. I am now. So it's just kind of like when you find yourself comparing yourself to others, it's pointless. It's very pointless. And that's why when I tell you this journey like has built me up, oh my god, self-esteem is on 800 right now. You know what I mean? Like literally 800. Number 8. I don't know what number I'm on. You are beautiful. Again, I'm gonna keep on saying it. You're beautiful. Don't let anybody else tell you anything. Don't feel any other way. And with affirmations, you can build that positivity up. I've tried to use affirmations like in the beginning of that phase, but I was sort of just kind of like numb to everything in that like 4-year span. And then when things started to like look up, I was like, okay, all right, things are looking up. I was like, and I find myself looking at myself. I'm like, wow, what you're going through right now is hard and you're still here. Like, I think that's a beautiful thing that, you know, for your character. So like I said, you're beautiful, okay? This tip, heal for yourself and not others. This goes back to the beginning. Like, all of these kind of like draw in together. When you heal for yourself, for example, when I found myself anticipating like a visit from like a family member, everybody in the family knows I have eczema and everybody is going to ask about it upon like initial, you know, that greeting that you give them, whatever. So it's just kind of like whenever I would be anticipating like a visit, I'm always trying to make sure my skin looked good. Mind you, this had nothing to do with like me. And the thing is like I'm trying to satisfy it so where they can see that, oh, like it's starting to get better, because for some reason people who don't have eczema are more bothered by eczema than the people with eczema. It's kind of like weird. Like, how can you be so annoyed with my skin? You know, this is what I'm living in. Like I said, this is what I shower, sleep, moisturize with, and you're coming at me a certain way as if things are my fault, and they're not. I'm trying, trust me. It's just kind of like, that's why you have to heal for yourself. Like, trying to make your skin look good for somebody else for what? How do you feel inside? The real thing is about how you feel inside. How, like now, for example, like this. Someone might see this, they might feel like, oh, what is wrong with her skin? But this thing feels moisturized. It feels moisturized. It doesn't itch. So nobody can tell me anything else. My skin feels good. I feel comfortable in my skin and I'm happy. So it's just kind of like, no. All right, what looks good to you will never look good to them, ever. It's about how you feel about what you're going through and how you react to something that's in your face every day. Honestly, trying to satisfy people, trying to get your doctor to understand, oh, I'm gonna do this for my skin. They're never gonna understand. People lack empathy. That's number one. They don't have eczema. And this is you can take a lot of these and apply them to, like, if you're going through a different situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be eczema, but it's just kind of like, with eczema, like, I found myself looking at like different things and how like people react to other diseases. And it's weird, like, for us, they're never gonna be satisfied unless your skin is completely normal, like, ever. And it's weird, but it's like they're never gonna be satisfied. So if you find yourself in this bubble of like trying to look a certain way for somebody, for other people, it's just not worth it.